What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Life You Have with Tez. That's me. And today we're gonna talk about 5 more ways to be more content with the life that you have. Let's get into it. Number 1, celebrate small wins. The thing about small wins is that you feel good about it when they happen. That's why the like button exists. As long as there's something you achieve and you can celebrate, then that can be good for your contentment levels because it helps you figure out this is all something that you've already done. So it's good for you to celebrate that. Often we never take the time to use what we have, so we never experience a victory with it. Let me explain. So YouTube, right, it's a super competitive thing, and a lot of the times it's very hard to stand out, but anyone can have subscribers. Because of that, people will spend all of this money trying to compete with people, and then they get disillusioned when they spend all these hours editing these videos because they see it working for these bigger people and they're not making it pop for them. But you got to look at it like this. If you have 2 subscribers and you've been putting up these videos, that's 2 people who are willing to follow you and listen to what you have to say. Now, are they watching?
I don't know.
But I do know that's at least 2 people who thought you were cool enough to listen to you, and they agreed with you somewhat. They followed you. You might even have 1 video, but that's more than what most of the viewers on YouTube actually have in the first place. But you have 1 video and 2 subscribers. That's 2 people who are still gonna probably check out your stuff when they see your face pop up. Think about it like that. Number 2, love your significant other. I don't know what you value or who you have, but you need to love your significant other. This is one of the greatest ways to be content with your life. If you're blessed to be in a long-term relationship or you are married, stay that way. It seems like finances and relationships tend to go hand in hand. This is because, well,
they do.
Listen, most marriages end in divorce because of finances. One person spends too much money, another person saves too much money. They're financially incompatible with each other and they don't want to make waves and tell somebody else how to spend their money because chances are the other person has a lifestyle that they like and they don't want to temper that. And then you have the other person who is like, no, we need to keep this lifestyle in check because we need to keep the money in the household. So oftentimes that makes them incompatible. So going back, you need to be happy with your selection of your spouse or significant other. If you're always with the wandering eye, you'll never be content. What a wandering eye is you're always looking for the next Mrs. Future baby mama, Mrs. ex-wife of yours, but you're never going to be satisfied with them. Please, for the love of God, keep your relationship yours. Don't tell people about your problems. Don't tell your friends.
Don't tell your parents.
If you're not happy and they're not happy, the person that you tell, then they're going to let you know. And they're gonna point out the other person's flaws because they don't want you to be with that person. I don't know why, but misery loves company. If I'm miserable, I want you to be miserable because we have a
Common ground of misery.
I don't know why people are like that, but that's how it is. If I'm not happy, you're not happy. So your relationship is effectively done. So what you need to do is you need to look her in the eyes. You need to tell her, I appreciate you and I love you and I don't want you to disappear or go away. I appreciate everything that you do around this house, and that's why I chose you as my wife. And ladies, you guys need to compliment your boy every chance that you get. You need to rub his arms, give him a head massage, tell him his arms look bigger, ask him if he's been working out, especially if he's the breadwinner. You'll be surprised if he had a wandering eye, how quickly it'll change around if you start telling him how good he is. You can actually turn somebody around from cheating or thinking about cheating if you start like doing those small little things. Give your wife a foot massage. Wives, give your husband a back rub, whatever, I don't know. But that's how you can help to repair that broken relationship, and then you can be content with that. Number 3, you need to disconnect from social media. I said it before and I'm gonna keep on saying it. This is one of the biggest ones of our time. There's already been a study put out. The longer you spend on social media, the more depressed that you become because they feel jealous and they cannot stand their life because they're looking at somebody else's life and they're wondering why they don't have those same things as somebody else. So in order for you to make yourself feel better, you need to get off social media. Stop looking at somebody else's life. Stop looking at that guy with that rented Lamborghini. Stop looking at the guy with the Rolls Royce who really drives a Toyota Corolla. Stop looking at this girl's butt that doesn't even look real. Looks like 2 water balloons in a bag. Disconnect from social media to be more content with your life. We've already seen that since the lockdowns and quarantines have started, people have all this free time And with all this free time, you would think that people would be changing the world or rallying for things that actually make sense. Like you want your homeboy to get out of jail because he was unfairly in prison. But no. People all over the world are more on Twitter doing what? They're canceling stuff. You know what's canceled? Speed Racer. Cancel.
The resurrection of Jesus.
Cancel. Halloween. Cancel. Christmas. Cancel. Why? Because they're problematic. And when things are problematic, they deserve to be canceled. Go buy homeless people some pizzas. I'm gonna need you to keep that same energy that you can spend in canceling people and get out of debt. Go and learn a trade and make the world a better place. Go breathe fresh air. Go interact with more people. It'll help your mental state. It'll help your energy levels. And you get a nice glow that only comes from the sunlight and not social media. One day, I want you to not check your Instagram, not check your Facebook, not check your adult
Friend finder.
Tinder, your Twitter, just for one day and see how much happier that you become. Well, you might not be happy in that one day because you feel like you're missing out, but trust me, you will feel better. Then after day 2, try to forgo to 3 days. It doesn't have to be consecutive. It could be like Monday, Tuesday, skip over Wednesday, then go Friday. But see what it does for you. With that free time, go take a hike, go learn how to plant a garden, go to the library, call your dad, whatever. You will be surprised at what you can actually accomplish when you're not sitting around on the internet. When I was stationed in Germany, right, that was my first duty station, and I felt like the world was passing me by because all my friends were still living life and I was stuck in Germany and I was 6 hours ahead of everybody who I knew. So I felt like I was missing out on it. It felt like I was dead and alive at the same time. Like I was watching them from heaven while they're living their life. And so I felt like I needed to be posting on Facebook every single day to let them know I'm still alive. I'm still good. Don't forget about me. But now I don't even care except for the garden groups that I belong to. Believe me, when I decided to just disconnect from Facebook, I gained like 3 or 4 hours in my day. I was like, man, where did this time come from? You just sit there just scrolling all the time. But now I have a lot of things that I can do. I found time out of no time. Number 5, do not covet. So my final idea is not to covet. That means don't pour over every single little detail of an item to the point where you can't sleep. Now, some people call that driven, but I call it obsession. And there is a fine line between drive and obsession. That fine line is sleep. People who are driven go to sleep. People who are obsessed cannot go to sleep. They can't stop thinking about this thing. It keeps bothering them until they have it. If you don't learn to stop coveting somebody else's whatever, then you'll always be a slave to yourself. You'll always be behind yourself. That means your body is in charge of everything that you're gonna do and you're along for the ride. Oh, you want that new car? Go ahead and get it. You want to swipe your credit card for $3,000 and you know you can't afford it? Go ahead and get it. You want your sister's husband? Sleep with him. Like you won't be able to stop yourself because you're not trying to. You're obsessed with somebody else's life that you want it so bad. But then when you get it, you don't want it. You don't even appreciate it because it's not really what you want.
It's what you think you want.
You need to learn how to master yourself. You need to be in charge of yourself. Nothing is going to master me. Like I might be defeated by other things, but ain't nothing gonna be my master except for me. Like there's a lot of things that I like and there's a lot of things that I want, but there's a few things that I need. And the reasons that you shouldn't covet anything is because it leads you down a path that you can't come back from. What? Cain killed Abel, David took someone's wife and got her pregnant, then murdered her husband. And this is not some kind of TNT drama. This is all straight out of the Bible. For people just, wanting something so bad that they had to have it and they took it from somebody else. And I get it. Even Jesus said the kingdom suffers violence, but the violence take it by force. But that's not the same thing as, you know what people should do in that situation? Get good. Now, here's my bonus tip for actually improving your life. Thank you for making it this far. Be honest. It's hard to get through life as a liar. You gotta tell too many lies just to justify the one that you originally told. And that's even if you remember the lie that you originally told. So I'm gonna tell you the story. You might have heard about this story. Do you know what Jodi Arias is? Jodi Arias was a woman who decided that she wanted to go out and start dating, and she met this guy. And they hit it off for a little bit, but then he got to know the real her and he was like, oh, she's a liar. She's manipulative. I don't like her. He told his homeboys all this. And so they broke up. But because this cost this guy his life. He suffered from Black Widow syndrome. where the male Black Widow spiders, even though they know that this other spider is going to kill them, they keep going back to him. They keep sleeping with him and they escape. They just go back to another Black Widow and they do it again until that Black Widow kills that male spider. He went with her after he told his boys that same like week, I ain't never gonna see her again. I don't want nothing to do with her. Me and her was finished because she's crazy. And what did he do? He met up with her at a hotel. I guess they were gonna talk it out. And then that night, she decided this was his time to die. So after he was all tired and all that stuff from, you know, romping around, I guess he told her, yeah, this don't mean anything. She called the cops, and then once they found her, she was like, this is what happened. Black guys in ninja suit, they ran in and they did all this stuff to him. And they told me that if I told on them, then they would come back and kill me. Needless to say, she's in prison. So here's the thing, just be honest. If he was honest and he was actually serious about what he meant, then he wouldn't have went back. So be honest to yourself, tell the truth. If you need help, reach out to people. If you're in a bad situation, talk to somebody else. But that's the video, guys. Let me know in the comments below if any of this stuff helped you out. Make sure you tap that like button and subscribe if this thing actually helped you. This is the life you have with Tez. That's me. Peace out.